Welcome back. I'm Wistric Often's Pants with my kids' toys, and Gilbert the Cat. This one's the Good Cat. And I'm here to talk about Melee. As mentioned in the previous video, we are all still quarantined, or, on limited social interaction, so no fighting. And some discussions online have led me to thinking about more about Melee drills. So I wanted to share some of the Melee drills that I use. I've talked through how to drill Melee. Yes, Melee. How to train Melee on your own. I talked through how to train Melee with 2 people. So this video is how to train Melee with 3 people. Or if you're a troll in Discworld, many. The first one is my favorite Melee drill ever, and just it's the one that if you say, hey, train us on Melee, and I'm not ready for it, this is what we'll be doing. And I call it the 10-second drill. And what it is you pick a victim. This guy's gonna be green here, is gonna be our victim, and he or she starts off fighting one other opponent. And at Leon, Pink starts counting to 10 seconds. And at 10 seconds, Pink reinforces Blue, if Blue is still alive. If you have more than 3 people, then then once Pink goes in, Stripey starts counting 10 seconds. And at 10 seconds, Stripey reinforces Pink and Blue. There's a reason this one is called the victim, because they're the victim. So what are their options? Tactically speaking, at Leon, the victim wants to kill Blue as quickly as possible. They have 10 seconds to do it. Blue wants to stay alive. Running away is a completely valid option, and tactically funny if you have DFB, because Blue runs away over here, green follows, Pink DFBs. Seen it, done it, it's a good old time. Field awareness is an important skill to have. So, Blue is training stay alive. When is it useful to be able to just stay alive in a Melee? Always. Remember the Wistric's rules of Melee videos. The first one is don't die. You're standing in front of a flag. If you don't die, it's really hard for them to take the flag. This person's job? Kill Blue quickly. Why? Well, Blue might be the one in front of the flag. And the reinforcements, Pink, way back over here. If Green can kill Blue real quick, Green grabs the flag. Yay, we've captured the flag. When the reinforcements come up, now they have to kill Green, and all Green has to do is stay alive. So, very useful skills for, in this first 10 seconds. How to stay alive, how to kill quickly, how to maneuver, how to maneuver for advantage. Field awareness. Now, 10 seconds. Blue hasn't died yet. Pink comes in and reinforces. If you know 2v1, if you train 2v1, Pink just did something wrong, didn't they? So you're working 2v1 skills, right? Working coming in at an angle, so that then you have the flanking attacks, and Green can't really focus on one without looking away from the other. And that's how you double team somebody. And then you work on doing this very quickly. Yay, done. Because you don't want to lose. You don't want to have Stripey, wherever Stripey went, get to claim any of the glory. So you want kill Green within 10 seconds. What's Green working on? Not dying. Maneuvering to make a one-on-one happen. So running out of this 2v1 situation to get onto a flank, make a one-on-one happen really quickly, get the job done. By the time Stripey comes in, Stripey gets killed. Even if you don't have Stripey, even if it's just the 3 of you, you've still trained up these basic skills, everything up to this point. What else does this work? Cardio, like a mofo. Green is going to get short on breath real quick. If you have a good size practice, 5 people, 6 people, green is going to get real short on breath. Whoever kills green, they're the new victim. If you start getting to the point where, you know, somebody's the victim, somebody's about to be the victim who's already been the victim, and somebody else hasn't gotten the chance to be the victim, give somebody else the chance to be the victim. Everybody should be short of breath and gasping. But you cycle this through, bam, 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 bam. If you have 5-person practice, you've got, you know, it's going to be jumping in and running around and every 30 seconds, 40 seconds. And like I talked about in the last video, or in the how to train on your own video, interval training is important. 10-second drill is interval training. If you want to mess things up, if you want to complicate it more, if your team, if your crew gets too good at being the victim, gets too successful at staying alive, make it a 7-second drill. Limit the field, because running around, like I said, running away is a totally valid option. And if you've got a big field, you start getting kind of ridiculous. So limit the field. Yeah. That is possibly the best melee drill ever, and you only need 3 people. But let's say you want to work on something else. You want to work on maneuvering together. In the previous video, we talked about how to work on maneuver with 2 people, which is you get a stand-in for the line, and then you do the maneuver. You want to work on running the right? You run the right together. Now, let's bring green back here, and they can be the victim again. Now, when you run the right, you can also work on countering at the same time. So these 2 are working at moving together. They're working at moving quickly. Green is working at countering, stepping out to intercept it, or stepping back to intercept it. Now, pink can start working on it on the counter to the counter, kiting green out and letting blue get the jump in here. So now green is working on the counter to the counter, getting kited out maybe just enough, and then when blue jumps in, killing blue, and then killing pink. 3 people working on basically everything you need to be able to do to be a flank guard. Hey, you don't need 5 people. You don't need 10 on 10 to be able to train melee. You're training melee. You're training the skills you want to have. You're not just out there fighting melee, but you're actually training the skills you want to have. In the previous video, I talked about how these 2 alone can train command. They can train awareness of each other. Same thing now with additional fun, with additional complexity to test how well they are training it. And last thing, you can train, this is training flanks is kind of easy. So you can train line fighting, which is, the way you do that is you have 2 stand-ins for a line. And basically you say, hey, these are our line fighters. And if you've got 4 people, this gets even better. Infinite line here, so pink can't just like push out this way because there are people there. Or you put, this here too, so pink can't push. And so it's really just, it isolates it down to these 4 people trying to kill each other, or these 2 people trying to kill green. Working cross shots, the way that blue is going to kill somebody is not by killing Stripey. Blue's going to kill green. Same thing, pink's going to kill Stripey and not kill green. Pink's going to be able. Pink is way too easily able to defend against green. And then you can work on a thing that I talked about in the Book of 4 Things, the charging close engagement video, which is blue takes green's hand, boom. Green says, good hand, and starts switching hands. And in that moment, in that tempo of acknowledgement, pink is here, killing Stripey, killing green, and through the line. This is this is what I did with our crew called the Lads, which was this group of young 20-somethings, 5 to 6 of them, and 3 regulars that now are, let's see, one of them is Master of Defense, one of them is White Scarf. They trained this. Just 4 people. Okay, they can train it. And trained that ability to, in that moment, to read what the other one was doing, to be aware of everything that was going on in the fight, even with just these 4 people, and train that moment of dead, or good hand, boom, or, you know, blue takes this hand and just goes ahead and follows it in on green to go through. That's how you break a line. Gently. You know, you can attrit down and it gets awful, and you attrit and, oh, good, and then, okay, well, everybody shifts around, and now it's still, nothing's really changed until you attrit away a lot of fighters. But if that first moment you come to engagement, good hand, pink goes through, that line fight lasted 10 seconds. And now you don't have to stand in a line. You're in the backfield, you can run around, you can kill people, you can go crazy, you can have the actual fun that is there to be had in melee. Because, as I said in the last video, Rapier is light cav, it is not heavy infantry. Have fun. I hope you get to practice this soon. I hope you stay healthy. One more video for when you can actually go to practice with lots of people.